88 pounds and under.
Welcome to American Dream Garage. Today I've got kind of an interesting topic. I got a call from a neighbor who owns several repair shops in town, and he has a Mustang. He said it was a 67 that's been left there. It happens quite frequently. People can't pay the bills or something happens to them or whatever, and it's been there for well over a year, maybe two. It's not a 67, which he thought it was. It's a 66, and it's a fastback. It looks like it has a Shelby rear window in it, and the engine was interesting in that it has an 8-pack on it, a Weber, I think Weber carburetor. So it looks like a solid body, but far from being a street worthy car, and far from being finished. So we'll take a look at it in place and look it over, and then we'll decide whether or not it's something I want to tackle at American Dream Garage.
Okay, we find the car in the shop sitting under a lift with a Mustang coupe on top. The body at first glance looks to be fairly solid. I don't know if that's sanded paint or primer. The engine obviously is very dirty. It does have 4 Weber 2-barrel carburetors with, I don't know that much about it, but a in-glace induction system. And I've read a little bit about those companies. It's got several labelings for Cobra parts, valve covers, looks like a cooling crossover. Might have some electronic ignition on it. It's got fuel pressure gauges, a lot of aftermarket fuel lines. Bumpers are okay. Most of this stuff I'm sure would need to be replaced. Grills there. Up top, the fenders look okay, but when you get down below, you'll see issues. American Racing wheels, they look to be in decent condition with a Hancock tire. Okay, coming around to the other side of the car, we'll take a look. The windshield's cracked, the dash is cracked. We'll show the rest of the interior later. The interesting part is the data code. We'll get up here and see it, that it's a 60, label 66, and it's a fastback, and it's a C code, which is the 289 2-barrel car. Seats are gone. Dash is there, 4-speed car. Most of that looks like it'd have to be replaced. New seat frames brought in. The rear seat's there. As you go and look at the car, the thing that really stood out to me from a cost perspective is, you'll see it right here, is that they've cut the lip of the fender out. So there's a gap between the inner fender and the outer fender. I don't know why someone would do that, but make it cause both of those to be replaced. As you get down underneath, there's enough rust present on the quarters and the fenders to say those are going to have to be replaced. The floors, front and back, are rusted. The frame looks okay. Obviously, it would take closer inspection. The rear of the car, again, the bumpers, they look okay. Everything's there. You get over here again, you can see the fender. Looks like they tried to maybe bend it out. Again, somebody can maybe tell me what the person was trying to do. when they cut the lip off of that fender. I don't know how far up I'd have to go to replace that in a aftermarket Shelby style window. You can see the rust up front is pretty bad. Again, the frame doesn't look terrible. Door. All those parts can be had relatively easily. I've heard that the brakes were worked. They're four-wheel drums, so I'd probably want to convert it to a disc brake car. Inside, you can see the fold-down rear seat is there. It's hard to tell the condition of it. Door panels, headliner, all that stuff would need to be replaced. So that's it. In the wrap up, I'll ask for comments, particularly from you Mustang enthusiasts that know way more about these cars than me. I'm very interested to know what your thoughts are on this car.
I would love everybody's input as to what they think that car is worth. Assuming that, I mean, I have two choices. One is to sell it as a project, and two would be to restore it, which would be a major job, but it would be a challenge, and any challenge is fun. So anyway, take a look at the car and then comment, please, and let me know what you think it's worth.
Thank you.